All right, so good evening. This is Craig Blanchette, and I am your host for tonight. This is the first Monday of the month. We are starting off September 2018, and the first Monday of the month is where we actually will what we call JumpStart, and JumpStart is where we talk about the amazing things that happened the previous month, the new people that are growing, the new people that have joined us, the people that are coming on that have hit new ranks, which means they've helped more people than they ever have before. So those are exciting things. And I think that everybody that's here tonight is going to be recognized, because if you're first time on, you're also going to probably be a first-time coach. And so I've got a slide for you guys, but what I'm going to do here is start my little PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to jump into this here real quick, and then make sure when we get to the end, remind me with the word bullseye, because I will have a story I want to talk to you about setting goals for the month. All right. Can everybody see JumpStart September 2018? All right, Lynn Ann, thank you for that feedback. So the first thing is I want to just talk a little bit about, we're going to give context for some of the terms that we're about to use and what they mean. And so when someone, usually people come on, they become clients first. They have a health need, some type of a need that they want to tune up their health. So they come on board as a client. Usually, some people come on as a client and a coach at the same time. And so immediately they know they want to help other people, and they also know they need help themselves. And so when you first come on, you're technically an opt to be a coach. But what the first goal is to have you actually start helping people. That's the goal that everybody that signs up as a coach wants to do. So we help you develop your first 5 clients. That is what we call senior coach. And that is, you said you wanted to be a coach, and we help you get to senior coach. After that, you decide how many more people you want to help and what you really want to make of this. So for every $1,200 in frontline volume, that's about 4 clients, you get a point. And so 2 points means you're a manager, or about 2,400 in frontline volume. Associate director is 3 points. That would be 36. Of course, director is 48, and executive director is 6,000, or 5 points. Now, as you develop senior coaches on your team, which many of you guys have done, that's also worth a point. So you could be an executive director with 3,600 in frontline volume and 2 senior coaches. That's called blended ED, and that is the smart way that people grow. You start off with a client, then you develop a coach, then you develop your first 5 clients. Out of those first 5 clients, usually there's one person in there that wants to help somebody else. So you help them help people, and then you just kind of grow. And I want to stop just for a second here and see if there's any just quick questions about that, because I want to make sure you guys kind of understand the context of what it means when we're an executive director or a manager, for example. Anybody have any questions? You can just unmute and then start talking. Okay, no questions. All right, perfect. Man, I never have explained it so well, I guess. I got lucky tonight. It's because Rafi's here. All right. So, can you guys, I hope you guys can see my screen. Let me make sure you can. Boom. Is that working, Carrie? Yeah. How about you, Lynn? Can you see everything? Looks good? Perfect. I can't see everybody. So, look at this screen. First of all, these are the new people that joined. It's everybody outside of Alex McMillan's team. So this is people that are directly on my team, on Dawn's team, Carrie's team, the whole, all those people. So the fun thing that I'm enjoying is I brought on 4 coaches in the month of August, and 2 in month of July. So it's been, you know who you are, and it's been fun working with all of you. That's more coaches than I usually put on in a year. But things are changing, aren't they? Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been super, super fun. And so some of these people, I know Angie, I saw her, and I know I saw Rafi. And so just want to take just a second and introduce them to you. So we'll start with ladies first. Angie, how did you get here? And tell us a little something interesting about yourself. You're going to have to click the screen and then click unmute so we can hear
All right.
you. You did it. Look,
can you hear me? Yeah,
you're
I'm a pro.
assistant.
I just have a great coach. What can I say?
Yo.
Well, I am really new at this, and I know Craig from way back wheelchair racing. Don't know what else to say.
And you were a client first. How did you? What did
Yeah.
your accomplishments using our Optavia program?
I lost about 15 to 20 pounds, and going forward with keeping my healthy habits intact. I'm hoping working at them each day and trying talking with friends and family and just getting out there and trying to spread the good news.
So Angie's first client is her mom, Gail. And so Angie and I have been doing the team coaching with her mom, Gail. And so she's about to her goal weight. She had about 15 pounds to lose as well. And she's done that. And so anyway, so it's super exciting working with you again, Angie, after all these years reconnecting. So awesome. Great. So welcome to the team. And then the next person, I know, Rafi, you're here. You want to pull yourself off of mute as well. And Rafi and I, well, I'll let him tell you the story because we got quite a history there. So click your screen, and then bottom left, I think, says unmute. There you go.
Hey there.
Hey, Raf. I'm glad you're finally here. I've been talking with Rafi about coaching for at least 5 years. So maybe 6.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And maybe not that long. Yeah, I've been on and off the program, come in, lose, and off, on, and want to make a change. So Craig says, perfect timing. His plane got stuck here in Atlanta, and we started talking. So I said, this is a good sign. It must be meant to be. And it's been slow because I'm still working 60 or more hours and just closed out a good month. So it's been a little slow, but I got a client that got him a new wheelchair, and he was really disappointed that his weight had risen so high. So that's when I said, hey, remember a good old friend, Craig Blanchett? You remembered him, and that's how we started the ball rolling. And for some reason, there's a phone instead of your face there, Craig. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But.
Yep. So we've got with so Rafi has he's got his first client. We're going to be signing him up here shortly. And but Rafi and I were old racing buddies. I met him at one of the first races, and we roomed together and just became fast friends. And I've known Rafi since 1987, so a long time. So it's been great. But remember all of you guys that were at convention, right, in St. Louis, and we were flying back, and all of us had those massive delays at the airport? Well, I got stuck in Atlanta, and I called Raf, and I said, Raf, like it's like 11 o'clock. I'm going to catch an Uber. Can I crash at your pad? And he's like, yep, I'll warm up the hot tub. And so I showed up, and here he is. Like, isn't that crazy? It's so great. Anyway, so glad to have you, Raf.
Yep. Good to be
all
here.
Right.
Hey, Craig. It's Craig.
Yes.
Craig. It's Tracy. I'm on the phone.
Yes. Nice to see you on the phone.
And I just wanted to say, hey, Rafi.
Tracy,
hi,
hello.
That's Tracy.
We're old racing buddies, too. Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
I made it. I'm driving.
Tracy at convention if you went there. But yeah, so I know, anyway, you're going to probably see a lot more of my racing buddies. One of the things that I did is I just decided about 6 months ago to start connecting with my old racing buddies and just building community, because I already had community with them. And it turns out a lot of them said, I'm not as healthy as I wish I was. And I was like, oh, great, me either. And then they've come along, and now many of them are coaching with us. So it's super exciting. All right. And then we've got Deborah. Deborah, you're next, you brand new coach. Can you click on your screen and click on unmute? And then give us just a little maybe 30-second intro on how you got here and what you're excited about.
Me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yes.
Which Deborah? Do you have more than one?
No, Deborah Southwick. Yeah, you.
Hi.
Hi.
What do you want to know, Craig? Say it again.
Well, tell us about, I'd love, because I know your personal health journey has been so dramatic. And so just go through a little bit of how Optavia has given you hope that tomorrow's going to get better than yesterday.
Oh, that's easy. I have no problems with that. I was just very, very sick. I could not figure out what was wrong and had been to the doctor, and he decided to do a blood test, and my triglycerides were through the roof. And so he said, we have got to put you on medication. And of course I fight medication because that's just what I do. And my daughter at the same time had been on Optavia, and she said, Mom, you ought to try this. And so I did, and it made a huge amount of difference in my life. I've already cut my blood pressure medications in half, and I get my blood tested in about 2 weeks. And I think my triglycerides will make a huge difference as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so great. Well, so glad to have you. Many of these people have had 3-way calls, meet and greets with Terry Miller, myself, and them. And so we're following the Optavia system, and it's working great. Glad to have you here, Deb.
Thank you.
And let's see, who else do we have here that's new? I know Amy. Let's see, she was here a minute. There she is. I've seen you before. Have we introduced you to the whole team yet, Amy?
Not like this.
Not like this. Great. Well, tell us a little bit about, first of all those other people, they're coaches that I've invited. Who's your coach, and tell us a little bit about your successes and why you decided to coach.
Let's see. Don Weber is my coach. Mm-hmm. And I learned about this a few months ago, and just saw the results that she had and decided to try it, and had great results. Medical help as well. Just had a knee replacement a while ago, so it helped that. Not only the weight on it, but just the inflammation and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so I just had a few friends that I just thought that this program would benefit so much, and that's how I got started. I just wanted to help them.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. We're so glad to have you. I love to see the coaches bringing and helping coach. It's like we're giving people an opportunity that want to help other people, an opportunity to do it. Like, it's so great. Welcome, Amy. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thanks.
Yep. And then we've got Pam, and now Pam's part of Cassina's team. So Pam, tell us a little bit about your journey here, and you have an amazing story too. Everybody has such great stories. So
I do. Thank you, Craig. Well, I've been on the program a little bit over a month, and Cassina's my coach, and I've lost about 15 pounds. But the most amazing part for me is, and I tell everybody, and even when my family came over tonight, I'm pulling off my shoes and showing them my legs, is I had a lot of edema and blood pooling basically in my feet and my legs because I'm a paraplegic and I don't walk. So all this swelling and inflammation was down there all the time. And when I started on this, about day 6, I noticed it was gone. And I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. And then as time's gone on, like I was telling Craig before, I had gone to see a hand surgeon because of the arthritis in my hands from years of playing wheelchair basketball and, all the sports that I did, to have the thumb joints and both sides of my hands, but my left side specifically is just gone. And I really haven't had the pain. Now, we're not in a winter, I get that, but I'm just so amazed from the outcome from, the edema is 100% gone. I'm showing my feet off, even in a restaurant, I'm pulling off my shoes and socks and showing everybody my feet. I'm just amazed, and my journey couldn't be any better. I have amazing energy, which who would have thought, right? So I'm just, I feel like the poster child, and, because I've had all of these things that have happened to just really create a lot of success, and my excitement, I've got other people excited as well. And I just feel so blessed to have found this.
Oh, wow. It's great. So Pam is part of Casina's team, and we're going to be hearing from both of them a little bit more in a minute. And so now let's see, who else do we got? I know that Sharon and Hal brought on Tamra. I don't think Tamra's with us live. I just wanted to make sure we announced her name. And who else? Let me see who else we got here. So we've got Elsa Griffith. She's another person I brought on. That's part of my team. Amy, and then we got Jackie Bucknell. Now, but Jackie, I think you're here. I think I saw you. Let's see. No, maybe I didn't. Well, Jackie.
She's with me, Craig.
She's sitting
I'm right here with Trisha. Sorry, she came over to my house for a barbecue, so we're together.
Tell us a little bit, Jackie, a little bit about how you've gotten involved, and maybe one of your highlights.
So I've known Trisha for a few years, and like I said, I followed her journey. So she hooked me up with the plan. I've lost about 60 pounds so far on plan and everything. And I mean, I just believe in the whole program and everything else. And it's really lit a fire under my butt and stuff, as you would say. And it just spoke to my heart. And I really want to show others what this can do for them and everything else.
That's so great. Way to go. 60 pounds.
Yep.
Wow. Way to go. Good job.
Yeah, and it's been about 5 months? Yeah.
Super. Wow. Congratulations. Welcome. This is all of our new coaches that have joined our team this month. Way to go. And way to spread the word. Each one of you that at one point that coach was just a client, and at one point that client was just an acquaintance or a friend, and we're able to bring people on and say, hey, what I'm experiencing is changing my life for the better. And look at what we have when we open our mouths and we inspire other people, is that we get to help them, teach them how to help others, and they get to experience all of what we're doing. So super great. Way to go. Next up, Pam Fontaine. What's up, Pam? So Pam, and you just met her. She's part of Casina's team, and within, I believe, she jumped to senior coach. I think it was in 8 days, something like that. 9 days. We'll just say 9 days. And so she basically started out with a wild, extreme excitement about this program and went after it. Started telling, literally, when she's taking her shoes off at the restaurant, and people are like, "I want some of that." Well, I'll have what she's having. Right? And so Pam is now helping. She's reached senior coach, and she did it. This is also a little bit of training. When you become a coach, you have 30 days to develop 5 clients. Now, a lot of people do it in 2 weeks. Some people do it in less than 2 weeks. But when that happens, there's 2 major things that happen. The first thing is that you're helping 5 people's lives get better, because that's what Optavia does. But the second, there's a monetary reward as well. So Pam earned an extra $100 for getting after it and taking the actions. But her coach, Casina, also got $100 because helping someone develop 5 clients within their first 30 days, you're involved, you're engaged. And so Optavia says, yeah, we're going to bonus you for that kind of effort. So great job, Pam, helping your first 5 folks. And that's what we call senior coach. And whether you do it in 30 days or not, it's still super important. And you know what? I need to switch my slide here because we have somebody else that hit senior coach for the first time. Let's see here. And I know you guys all know her and you all love her. So Lynn Ann Miller. How long, Lynn Ann, can you come off mute and tell me a little bit about how long you've been working at building your skills for coaching?
This is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's that you didn't quit, girl. Come on now.
Comparative reality, as Martin would say. Yeah, I started probably almost a year and a half ago when Martin, did you come to my gym too in Washington State?
No, I was on video chat. I think.
Yeah. And I remember you saying, "Tell me more about that."
Yep. So good. So Martin and Lynn Ann have been working on. Now, I think there's something switched in you when you got to conventions. Something lit in you, and you came out of there different.
You know, and let me tell you, between the dreams and the drama and a lot of dragging out, poor Martin, he won't even show his face. No, I'm only kidding. He's worked so much with me, but realizing at convention people saying, you have no idea what I was like in the beginning in these presidentials, right? Like I messed that up so bad, and I don't know, there was a mind shift. Plus I'm reading, I'm in a mind discipline class, but mind shift. And I just want to thank you, Craig. Huge, gigantic kudos to Martin that just stuck with me. Dawn Carpenter, where are you? Dawn,
she's here, Dawn.
You know, just would help me out. So yeah, mind shift.
Yeah. Way to go, Lynn Ann. Super awesome seeing you grow skills. Even the simple skill of learning how to share enough, but not too much. And you just killed it, girl. What's up? Awesome. So, new ranks. Wait a minute here. I put this together. I was running late. This is not an accurate slide. That's the slide I was looking for. And this is a little picture of, let me introduce you to my friend, Cassina. So Cassina over there, I don't know who that is. That's Cassina's bigger sister, I think. And this is the Cassina we all know who showed up at convention. And actually, I think she's looks even different today than there. But one neat thing, let me tell you a little bit about Cassina. Cassina, I met her through another coach whose name is Linda Benson. And Linda Benson was one of my clients and coaches, and I worked with Linda for years. Linda had a baby, some life changes happened, and she decided that she wanted to take a break and kind of graduate or retire from coaching. And so she said, here's everybody. You can take good care of them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I get to work with these people? Like they're now my coaches directly? And so Cassina, we had a conversation right before convention. Cassina was right around senior coach-ish. And we were 3 days before convention. And I said, so am I going to see you? And I just assumed it was just sort of conversation. I'll see you in St. Louis, right? She says, no, I'm not going. And I said, oh, well, tell me about that. Do you want to go? She goes, yeah, I want to go. And I said, oh, well, what if we figured out a way to get you there? And she's like, well, what would that look like? And we just started talking through it. And 2 days later, she drove. I said, it was so funny because we were talking about the airfare. Actually, why don't you tell a little bit about that story? Because it was pretty fun getting you to convention. And I believe that was a catalyst for a lot of other changes that have happened since then. So welcome, Cassina. And you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought I looked up air flight, sorry, I can't talk. An airplane ticket, it was going to be like $600. And I was like, oh, okay, I can't do that. And then he said, well, how far is it to drive? And I said, I think it's like 12 hours. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't get off work. And then I actually looked it up. It was 7 hours. And I was like, oh, I guess I can't do that. I can do after work and get there late Friday night. And that's what I did.
Did you get your hair cut as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm like, you look so different. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Yeah, this is with the executive director haircut, probably. So I'm curious because I want to talk and really do a bit of interviewing with Cassina because Cassina, we started the month and she was working for director last month and missed it by $400. She said a mere $400, I think is what she told me. And I said, well, let's chase after it. You know, she went from manager to associate director. And then associate director, she was going to skip director and go all the way to executive director in the month of August. And I said, that's what you want to do? And she's like, yeah. And I go, okay, I will partner with you and we will partner. Right. And I remember just setting that goal up and then working at it. And you told me something at about halfway through the month. You remember that conversation? Where your frontline volume was at?
Well, I know that I started having doubts about halfway through because I was like, it's not.
Can you get a little, I can't quite hear you very well. Can you get a little closer to the mic maybe?
Yeah. Let's see.
Or pause your video. That might help as well.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Oh, that's really good. No, that's perfect now.
Okay. So, we've had several conversations this month, but I know a few of them were like, Craig, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like everything's, going really slow. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to keep working. And
she was at about 2,000. Her frontline volume was about 2,000. We were halfway through the month. And she's like, I just don't see it happening. And I just said, keep your focus. Do the rhythm. Just keep it up. And we kept it up and kept it up. And what would you say, what did you learn about that process? What I know something kind of grew inside of you as we worked through that this month.
Yeah, I mean, there was just so much momentum and so much, and so much of it is consistency. And I know a few people, I don't know if they're on here, but I know a few people have reached out to me and said like, hey, what are you doing? How is this happening? And I'm like, I don't even know, other than I'm just doing what Craig says and I'm doing what the boot camps are telling us to do. And I'm just following through and just being consistent, posting. And a lot of clients are coming from when I very first started back in October of last year that I did health assessments with. That fruit is now coming to harvest. And there's lots of fruit over the last several months that I'm seeing today. And next month, and it's consistency and the compound effect that Dan Valentine talked about a couple months ago. It's so real. It works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no lie. And when we've done some Facebook Lives together, we've just celebrated you in many ways. And these are just some of it's nothing rocket science. It's just taking the actions and doing it. I'm curious. There was a really cute. It wasn't cute. It was actually extremely touching. And you texted me one night. You could hardly sleep. And you want to tell me, you want to share that with the rest of the gang, just kind of the inside conversations?
Gosh, sorry. I'm trying to think. I probably sent you an embarrassingly amount of texts this month.
Yeah, no, it's great. I told her, first of all, you can't over communicate with me. So try, and she said, I'm sitting in bed and I can't sleep and I know sleep's important. And then you said, I'm giddy laughing and then at the same time sobbing. And I'm right in between this overwhelming gratitude of just what's happening in my life. And I read that and I showed my wife and I said, this is what we get to do. Like we get to be part of something like that. And it's so thrilling, Cassina, to watch you become this person that you're just becoming all over the place.
Yeah, that was before I even hit executive director. But I could just see so many things happening and coming to fruition. And like I wrote in my journal, and guys, I'm really bad about journaling, but it really is so important. And this is why, because I just a couple of weeks ago, I looked at my journal. I was looking through some notes and I saw that I wrote down April 25th that, Craig and I talked about becoming executive director. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea if that's even possible. And then all of a sudden at convention, that's what I told him my goal was. That's what I told him my dream was. And it became this dream that, again, I thought, I don't know if this is even possible. And then I'm sitting here talking to you guys tonight, and it's really unbelievable. Like, I really had no idea that it would even be possible. And not only is it possible, but it happened. And I'm not even worried about next month. I know that there's so much momentum that I didn't, and I told Craig this too. I didn't want to just barely make it. Like, I didn't want to be on the phone August 31st at midnight. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just knew that I wanted to feel like I really earned it, and that it was solid, and that it was stable, and that I could go into September feeling really great and with the same momentum for the next month to just keep building and growing and helping change people's lives.
Mm-hmm. Well, and where do you mind sharing with us? Where did you end? So 6,000. Of course, Pam was a senior coach, so you were blended as well. But you hit it with volume, and you ended the month. Where did you end the month at?
7,700.
77. So you didn't barely get by, because technically she could have qualified to get 4,800 because Pam is a senior coach. So that's 1 point. So anyway, just letting you guys see what's possible, and I just want to all of us just taking a moment and way to go, Cassina. You made the decision to get to convention. You made the decision to set a target and then work and work and work and work. And halfway through, you're like, I don't know. And it's just like that last week was a blast, Cassina. Absolutely.
It was, and I mean, I can't end my part of the call without saying like how grateful I am for you and Linda, and I still talk to Linda, guys. I'm really good friends with Linda. That's how she became my coach. That's how I got into Optavia, and just like from the bottom of my heart, I can't even say enough how much I am so grateful to both of you for believing in me, a year ago, and for pouring into my life and allowing me to dream these dreams and helping me and cheering me along the way.
Mm-hmm. That's so great. Good job, Cassina. Now, I think I've missed a couple of people. I was just looking at my notes here. And Dawn Weber, right? Is she senior coach for the first time? And it is Dawn Weber. What's up, Dawn Weber? Well, tell us a little bit. Can you share with us one of your hot tips is how you did that?
One of the things that I have learned is that I need to listen a lot more. I am very excited about what this program did for me, and I tend to just run off at the mouth constantly and don't let them get a word in edgewise. And so I try now to listen and hear their story and then share with them what Optavia can do for them. Let them know that I'm truly listening and not just trying to sell them something.
Yep. We all do that. Blink if you've done that, right? Yep, I know. Yeah, we're so excited about it. We just want to tell everybody, and you know what? They don't care until you understand about them. So well done, Dawn. Good job, by the way. That was fun working with your coach, Dawn and Kelly, on the last few days, and just really making that happen. That was
midnight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we got
11,
one in at midnight.
was it 11:27? I think it was. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this girl did not give up, and she was on the other side of the state visiting family and still made time to reach back to somebody who had connected with her on Facebook and wanted to know more about the program. So awesome.
Way to go. Way to go.
Thanks, Dawn.
And then Mandy Shaw, she, I believe she was a senior coach, but I think, did she go further? Carrie, she just hit senior, right? For the first time. And let me see if Mandy, are you here?
I'm loud.
Oh,
I'm loud
yes,
in this
you are.
world, but so she blew past senior coach and hit manager. So
Your outside office.
yeah,
What was
she
that
did
now?
quite. She went past senior coach. She hit senior coach for the first time and then just thought that was boring and kept going.
Kept going. So she went to manager.
Manager.
Yeah. Awesome. And she's on. Well, I see her before and after there.
Yeah.
Mandy, tell us a little bit about your trip, leapfrogging senior coach. Fun, right? That's fun.
Can you
There
hear
you
me?
go. Now we can hear you loud and clear.
Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, hi. I feel like just like everyone's been saying, basically consistency and staying on top of the 3x3x3 or 10x3x5, whatever we're doing now. But I feel like just staying on top of that and the consistency with that basically is how it was possible. And I mean, I'm still pretty fired up from convention. That was a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, still drawing from that for sure.
It's so good. You know, we've talked many times about your goals, and we had some meetings with your coaches after convention, and I see those things are actually happening. Like these dreams are becoming reality, and you're taking the actions. And I just, way to go, Mandy. Way to go. So fun. So fun to watch people set a goal and chase after it. So
yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah. All right. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think I've got everybody that's at least present. Dawn, you're going to give me the nod. Look good. Okay. Looks good. All right. So I've got just one other category that I wanted to talk about, and it's called the 10,000 Frontline Volume Club. And so this basically, in order to run a 10,000 Frontline Volume, you're working with 30, you're helping change the lives of at least 30 people. It's probably more like 35, right? And so we have Dawn and Kelly Carpenter. We have Carrie and Ben Carpenter. What's the heck? Who did this anyway? Armstrong. That's right. I need to get my assistant on these slides. Let's go back to that and hit play. There, now for the recording. Dawn and Kelly Carpenter, Carrie and Ben Armstrong. Way to go, you guys. Over 10K. That was the first time for these guys. And then Sharon and Hal Green. And so Sharon just decided, I'm just going to help some more people because it's so much fun. And Sharon brought on a coach as well this month. So that is so exciting to see everything you guys have done for the month. Congratulations. We're going to finish up here just in 1 second. I told you I was going to tell you about a bullseye. And this is something that I've learned. Believe it or not, we're all learning. Nobody knows as much as all of us together, right? And one of the things that I'm learning is what I would generally do. And because sometimes I lack courage, and I really think it's about courage, is you would say, well, I'm just going to help a lot of people. I'm going to help as many people as I can. And that sounds pretty neat to say that. But when you do that, at the end of the month, if you helped one person, okay, so one person then became your goal. And so you fire that arrow out of your bow and it hits the wall with one person. And then you go and you draw a bullseye around it and you go, nailed it, right? That's what I've done many times, because it takes courage to go out to that wall and draw a bullseye and then aim at that thing. and you aim for a month, and you aim and you aim and you aim and you aim and you shoot it at the end of the month and you see where it lands. What if it doesn't hit the target? Oh, it takes courage to draw that bullseye on the wall. Oh my God, that's more of a target, I guess. But what it does when you fail to make a goal or draw a target and shoot at it, what you miss is when you miss, you get to see how much you missed by. And then you get to adjust. You get better. Because if you're a little bit to the right, you go a little bit to the left and you shoot again. And guess what? You have unlimited arrows. You can just keep every month. You can set that target up and you can shoot at it. And I would encourage you guys to shoot for helping 3 to 5 people a month. That's your target. And that will get you a new rank pretty much every month. Then eventually you'll get to executive director. And then executive director pays around $1,800 to $2,000, right? It's some pretty good money. And then it grows from there. And it can get crazy. Like it's unbelievable when you do this for a little while, how amazing it is. I looked and saw in the back office, and here's a crazy number. Let me just go ahead and look it up. Since I started Optavia 8 years ago, you can click on this little thing called Engage. And Engage says your performance. How many lives impacted month to date? Total lives impacted. That number's 23,067. Like every one of you is part of that number. Think of that though. 8 years ago, I was just trying to lose a little bit of weight myself. And now 8 years later, 23,067 lives have been impacted in some way because of that choice, and then your choice, and then their choice. And I look back on that, and I also look at how many people I've been able to help just me, right? And it's like 1,600 people. It's a big number, but I couldn't have helped anywhere close to those people without you. And there'll be the same legacy that you'll have. If you don't quit, you just keep loving on people and building those skills. And if you can learn to paint that target and shoot at it, and then adjust, shoot again, adjust, shoot again, but have the courage to paint it and then aim at it. And just like Cassina and I did this month, we went and put Edie on the wall. Executive director, I'm coming for you. And then every day we worked at it. So buddy up with your coach and get real close. Go paint that target and then work at it and see how you come up. And if you miss it by a little bit, just adjust a little bit. If you miss it by a lot, then you just adjust it a little bit over time. So I want to stop for a second here and give you guys a second because I'm sure that sparked something in your mind. So I'd love a comment, feedback, or a question. Ready? Go.
I have a comment.
Yes, Gary Armstrong.
And it's cool because, from Linan to Christina, I guess there are a lot of other stories too, but just the fact that if you trust the process, it's going to happen. And to stick with it. Mm-hmm. And I think, there's different rates that we can grow at. I'm kind of in the middle there. And like you mentioned, Linan, the comparative reality, it just really doesn't matter. If you're doing the work every day, you can trust that something's going to happen. And I think it's a good perspective to keep in mind. Yep. But I don't know. Those are just good examples and motivating to just keep doing work.
I love it. The other thing too, as you're thinking about it, is if you're going to play the comparison game, compare it to the person you want to be or the person you used to be. Right? You are so much better than who you used to be, all of you. But you're still probably not the person you want to be. So keep working at it. Paint that target. Keep growing and working at it. And hopefully, if you're going to play the comparison game with other people, play it to make you better. not to beat you up. I heard someone say, if you're in a room by yourself and you're getting beat up, drop the club because you're beating yourself up. Why would you do that? Be nice to yourself, really. Any other comments here as we're closing up for tonight? Angie, she's going to sign 4 people on this month. I love that. I love that, Angie. Angie's going to be senior coach, not next JumpStart. Yeah. That's great. All right, you guys. So set a goal and get after it. And people's lives are actually the beneficiary as well as yours. It is a win-win. You can't help somebody else without helping yourself. And you really can't help yourself without help somebody else. It's a win-win. So congratulations to everybody. For all the new coaches that have joined us, welcome. Good to see you guys. And congratulations to everybody because a rank up means you helped people's lives change, and the beneficiaries of that whole process is really, really powerful. So we will see you guys. So next week we'll be back with Terry's team. So it'll be the normal leadership call, and then Terry's number for her meeting is the old song 8675309, right? 8675309, and then a 111 at the end. And we'll let you guys know about that on the Optimal Health Coach page as well. So without further ado, it is a pleasure to host this call tonight, and congratulations to everybody and all the successes. See you next time. Take care, everybody.